A warm welcome to all. Today I'm in conversation with Mitu Paul, brand head Signature Pet Food, a premium brand of pet food. Welcome, Mitu. Thank you for your time. To begin with, I have seen and noticed you for over a period of time working and the growing brands in India. So you seem to have a knack of growing, making a brand which is new to a phenomenal brand over a period of time. You started with Captain Jack, then Diebag, and now it's a signature pet food. What is the secret? People in the industry would like to know.
So I believe success of any brand, is to first identify a gap and then fulfilling the need that that gap has in the market. And when I first started out with Captain Zack, also, it was to understand that there were huge gaps when it came to grooming. And we, like the entire MMN team, we were, quite aligned to meet those gaps and then fulfilling it in terms of what kind of products we bring in, what is the price point that we wanted to address to. And that story continues to debug and now even to signature. So my mantra to my team is, are we listening? Our markets are so interactive. There are so many prominent channels of sale, be it retailers, digital marketplaces, D2C, and all the channels are actually very, very interactive when it comes to Indian markets. And if we are listening to them, if we're listening to every spot that we're interacting it, be it a pet influencer like a vet or like a breeder, or even our trainers, even the retail shops that we visit to, they will give you the gaps that you need to address to. They will also tell you if you're going right or you're going wrong about the way it is. No product is very different from each other. Yeah, some changes are, of course, there. Premiumness is there. The way we present a product is there. But ideally, it is all about how are you addressing your story to your consumer segment. So the entire value chain has to be addressed, and it has to be addressed very thoughtfully, be it from our distributors to our retailers to the final consumer, and even the end consumer, because in our segment our end consumer and the one who buys the product for them are again separate. So keeping in mind what is our end consumers need and how are we satisfying that, I think all of that together should take care of bringing any brand's success story.
So signature, if you could tell from your own point of view, what is signature brand stands for, number of SKUs that you have, and what is the real point, the selling point of the signature brand story?
Of course. So, first thing that I would want to address is that it is a wonderful time for to address the growth and potential of today's nation's pet market. The testament of which is the journey of signature. So, responsible sourcing, eco-friendly packaging, and sustainable manufacturing are just some steps that we will take look forward to when we want to ensure a positive footprint on the planet. And signature comes in exactly there. We want to first break the myth that premium is all about pricing. No, premium should be all about quality. We want to break the myth that pet food cannot be Indian grown. For a very long time, we have looked at Western world towards getting the food nutrition for our pets. Our markets had only been all about imports. While now given to the practices and the amount of work that Drew's as a pet food company has done, and now Signature, we are going to change the fabric of pet industry in India. And Signature from the word go has been all about affordable holistic nutrition. We launched Signature after years of deep research, quality analysis, and we are guaranteeing satisfaction from our final consumers, which are our pets. And Signature is all about, heightened palatability, accentuated digestibility, and stylized packaging. But our the final tab on our winner set is our pricing. We have kept it very thoughtful. We have wanted to involve the maximum amount of Indian pet household to come and adorn Signature as their next choice of nutritional partner. So yes, that together we are working autonomously with a very strong, robust team. We are today team strength of about 80 members who are working pan India. So yes, we are catering, understanding, listening, delivering to the Indian pet community.
See, Drools has been in the market for some time. The signature just came in a years back.
But Rules is a very strong economy brand, and Rules' strength is its reach. Rules today reaches out to some 34,000 outlets. The kind of work that Rules has done in its digital scope, or in the export market, or even in the general trade or modern trade, is humongous. Signature is today a subset. Like, we are definitely not in competition with the mother brand. We can never be. Having said that, when we work autonomously, we are trying to completely align and cater to a very different price segment. So through Rules and Signature together, the brands are from the same house. So when we talk about Rules and Signature, we are trying to basically take care of the entire Indian pet society. So today, Drew's Pet Food has everything that it takes to build products at all price points. Because we have the strongest manufacturing home. We have four factories, and there are dedicated lines to various kind of compositions that we want to do. So when the idea of Signature was set up, it was only to break away from Drew's perception of being a very strong economy food. So while Rules is taking care of a very vast, major pet food base, we are working hand in hand to, get our worthy space between competition which has been imported and are being perceived as premium. So what we want to say is premium should be all about quality. And if you're talking about quality, then that same quality could be produced in-house. It could be Indian grown, and it could be made for the Indian society.
Yes, absolutely. How is the premium pet food market growing? According to you, what is the kind of percentage? It is 15, 20% or 30% growth that's happening in the premium and super premium pet food.
Yeah, so as I said, pet food industry in totality is about 4,000 crores, and premium food segment is about 800. So you can peg premium food segment at about 20% of the complete portfolio. And yes, the industry is growing at 18 to 20%. So, every year we are looking at least that much of growth, and some prominent brands are even growing more. Like, for that matter, even Signature is grown by more than 30%. So, and even some other worthy competition is also showing some good growth percentages. Yeah, so that is how the market is
Fantastic.
growing.
Fantastic. What is the percentage of a sale that's happening between online and offline?
So offline is, of course, the domination point in pet food industry yet. Online sale from all its channels, be it the marketplace, the prominent marketplace like Amazon or Flipkart, or be it a quick commerce or many other prime retail sales, it is about 22%. So the remaining 78% happens from offline channels, which is, of course, your retail stores across and even the omni channels.
Absolutely. 1 year you have completed, now another 1 year. What is your plan? What will be the volume and what will be the revenue?
So volume and revenue, I don't know how much of it can I divulge to you right now, Binoy. But of course, in the last 1 year, we have successfully managed to touch all important states. But of course, just about touching states does not do anything to the kind of potential that is there for us to work with. So in this 1 year, which is going to be a very crucial year for us, where we will be deeply working towards visibility and educational drive. We are going to be working on all the 28, 29 states, increasing our foothold with the kind of retail numbers that we're doing. Like, currently, we are present in only 2,500 retails pan India. We will be, taking that number at least 3, 4 times over. There are so many pet influencers that we are planning to work with. Our vet partners, breeders, training homes, boarding centers. There is so much that we want to do because they are very important part of the pet fraternity, and working together is the only way to gain maximum amount of mileage in terms of visibility with our final consumer. So
Absolutely. I
yes,
think we,
without divulging much on revenue, but yes,
yeah.
there's a lot of work to be done in this year.
So it will going to be 3 times the revenue and 3 times the volume.
We are hoping to be more.
You're hoping to be
Yeah.
more. Great, great.
Yes. Yeah.
So now, Mitu, before we end here, I wanted to understand and also, understand from your side as a brand in India, for any Indian brand to grow, because now there are other brands who are made in India, they're trying to come in the market with the extruders and pet food. What is your one message when they come to the market? Because the market is already dominated by MNC players, their names are there, everybody is there, right? So when people go, they ask for the pet food by the name. So now the people who are just coming up, what should they focus on? How do they make their mark, at least brand wise, and then go to people and start selling it?
See, today India is known to be one of the largest consumer base, right? So yes, India is a very lucrative market for many international brands. Like a lot of them we know are trying to get an Indian chapter for themselves. And it's not only restricted to food, it is across all product laterals, be it pet treats, be it accessories, and likewise. But what needs to be understood is, first thing, how reliable is that brand wanting to be in India. Like, first we need to understand which are the four dominating pillars of a consumer judgment. So I would, to my understanding, I would say there are majorly four. First, and if I'm now this point, I'm going to keep it only to pet food. So first thing is palatability, right? So if you could be making your food in Mars, but if the dogs or cats are not really eating it, then it's of no point, right? So before any brand wants to come into the country, it is important that they first do their runs of palatability testing, because every market is different. Okay, that is first. Second, what is the nutritional assimilation guarantee that you're bringing with you? Like so many brands have come and they have gone back. So what kind of nutritional assimilation are you bringing in? What is the composition that you're bringing in? India is a very sentimental country. We are very emotional, and a lot of products do not work only because of their composition. Without pegging or pointing out on certain ingredients, I would, and I'm sure my fraternity understands what I'm trying to say. But when you are trying to work in a country as emotional as India, you really need to take care of all these sentiments when you're compiling a composition for the country. Third, and very, very important, is availability. Now, our pets are habitual eaters, right? They are not like us. Today we like this, tomorrow we eat something else, and day after we eat something else. And our pet parents also don't like to change their choice of pet food very often, right? So, are you in a position to guarantee your stock connectivity? If you can do that, sure, why not? But with the given current global logistics, the kind of time that the product takes to reach from their country to ours, then from here, from our ports to all the main point of sale, those are very important to decide and dominate before you try and bring in a product and just do one container or two container and disrupt the entire pet segment. And last but very, very essential is the pricing.
Mm.
We all have budgets to run on. Every home runs on a budget,
Yeah.
right? And howsoever wealthy or howsoever poor, every pet parent wants the best for their pet. And if you can divulge, or if you can put out, you can do a break of your cost, why your product is gonna address all the nutritional requirement of your pet without creating a substantial dent in the pet owner's pocket. I think that should crack the deal. So if any pet brand, I think if they can take care of all these pillars, I'm sure they will be able to crack their businesses in the Indian soil.
Great. Thank you so much for your time.